Gotcha. Okay, well, if we're all back, then I have a question for everyone. Who here has danger sense? Show of hands. Danger sense, 1, 2.
I never sold it back.
There's a grave somewhere with danger sense.
Yeah, right.
I have it.
There we go. So everyone
3 out of 4 of us have it.
Okay.
We're accustomed to danger. It happens to us a lot.
Happens to you a lot. So
I wonder what's going to happen now.
I do have 2 bodyguards. Hold on a second. Do my bodyguards have danger sense?
I hope. Well, they might not have it inherently.
Is danger sense a prerequisite for bodyguard? It might be.
It is, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, my 2 bodyguards have danger sense.
Okay, cool.
I was going to say, before we get into whatever problem you're about to throw at us.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor's house or town hall? Was that where I went?
The mayor's house.
Mayor's house. I was going to suggest that my entire retinue stay with me at the mayor's house, and that Tanya and Taylor also stay there.
Gotcha.
Well, I don't, we just got done with a whole comic book discussion that wasn't on air, but children being held captive as a threat is a big thing, and that's like the first thing that entered my mind was they could use the kids against us. Let's not let that happen.
No, that's...
Nah, never mind.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I was gonna say, we need to, industrialize this country, get some railroad tracks so we can start strapping maidens to them.
There you go.
For our villains.
Well, we also need to start growing very large mustaches.
Yes.
That just comes part and parcel with
it. Yes, I style my mustache with the tears of orphans. So that's a good thought, and really, currently, you're the closest thing to any kind of law that this village has, Adris, so no one is going to oppose you if you want to take the children and your retinue and hole up in what remains of the mayor's house, which, as I said, it's like a big home that's gone kind of derelict. It has not been upkept. You're not sure what became of the mayor, but it's clear that no one has lived here for some time.
Well, my plans going forwards, so that you can interrupt them as you so desire, would be that we get the rest that we claimed would happen, and then that the doctor would come over, look over the kids, and then I would ask him to look over the records, if there's any paper style records of the town, because he's the academic one as well.
Gotcha.
Research, finally. But you never ask.
Well, let's see if we make it that far. So, okay. Adris, you and your men will currently not be involved in this because it's taking place at the inn, which is where I assume everyone else is staying.
Yeah,
if anyone else wants to retcon it, now's your time.
I'm good with it.
Okay. All right. So I was gonna say anyone who is a nocturnal creature, which I think makes up some of the party. We've got the bat, we've got the raccoon. I don't remember if armadillos are nocturnal or not.
They sure are.
The only one who's not nocturnal is Gar.
Gotcha.
And
so
possibly members of the entourage.
Right. I'm members. So if Connor, if your irregulars are sticking with you in this, I guess we probably should have rolled for irregulars once you guys got back to town. Maybe we should do that.
Well,
first.
I don't think any of the locals are gonna join up with us.
Join up.
Or any of these guys desert us for these asshole locals.
That's a fair point.
Also,
so
none
we'll
of our
stick
guys
with
got
it.
hurt, and we started in a tower where they had nowhere to go. So,
yeah.
I mean, even though they had a harrowing adventure, and some of them might leave after this, because it's like I didn't sign up for necromancy. On the other hand, some of us are crusaders. Like, isn't some of the people in Connor's?
Yeah, I think that's what his entourage is.
Yeah. So no, and also no losses. So I think everybody's like
good.
I think morale's high.
Okay.
The horses are all day creatures, but Connor and Potter are both
night creatures. Okay, so I was gonna say for this check,
we can run watches for each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say for this respite, something's gonna happen because that's the way this game goes. Stuff happens, but I was gonna say anyone who's a nocturnal creature is probably bushed because everyone's exhausted, but I think that the nocturnal creatures
Well, I had a high speed
more
chase,
prone.
so I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah. They would be more prone to being dead asleep during this time, but anyone who had danger sense would get to make this roll anyway, because that's kind of what danger sense is all about, is knowing when danger is happening. And I think all of you guys have that. So, the roll is going to be mind and I guess mind and observation.
Roll for people sneaking up on you is observation.
Yeah.
Well, Anushka botched, which is absolutely amazing, but I got 2 successes.
I'm dead tired.
You botched! Okay. 2 successes from the doctor is good. How'd Connor do? And Connor, if you want to roll... If your men are staying in their own rooms, and this place is empty. There's rooms for everyone. If they're staying in their own rooms, they can roll. If they're staying in your room, they can assist your roll.
Potter would be staying with him. The men would have their own room, I think.
Cool. And then roll once for your room and once for your men's room. Your crusader's room.
Let me check what Potter's observation is.
Meanwhile,
You'd figure he'd have it. But are we in forest?
currently you're in an inn, so we're not going to give any area bonus.
All right. Yeah, farmers don't get observation.
Okay, so he'll just roll his mind die. My statuses. All right, so the doctor. We're going to begin with you.
Oh boy.
You are deep in slumber, but your ears prick up at the first sounds of shouting from the floor below. And then the smell of smoke fills your nostrils, and suddenly you are wide awake and aware of the fact that the room that you are in is currently filling with dark, thick wood smoke, and that the door to your room seems to have been blocked from the outside.
Oh dear.
Yes.
It would be a bad idea, I think, to open that door anyway, because it would be into the fire, into the smoke, and maybe even elicit some backdraft. So I'm stuck in this room, awake with smoke.
You do have a window that is currently shuttered, and you are on the second story.
Yeah, I think,
building,
as I explained yesterday, a higher story window would probably just be a shutter.
Yeah,
so at least that's not hard to open necessarily, but I'm still looking at jumping from the second story right now.
Right, that's the danger. Okay, so I'm just going to set people up with their scenarios here. So that's what you awaken to. Connor, did you got 1 success for you and Potter? And you're going to roll for your other men too.
Regulars, no.
Okay. So, Connor, you awaken to shouts from Potter, your squire, who is trying to break down the door to your room, which seems like it must have been locked. And he's glancing over his shoulder, and you can see on the far wall, flames have begun leaping up, or breaking through. Like the wall itself has caught fire. It's unclear what the source is. And for your buddies, how do we do here? Potter, horses, Anton, Jacques. They got 2 successes, so I think they're also awake. Or at least 2 of them are awake and are also similarly trying to break down the doors of the adjoining room. The wall that's on fire is joining the 2 of your rooms right now. So, and it's already starting to crack, and you can hear them panicking, trying to wake their brethren and trying to break down their own door. Anushka, you wake up in kind of a worse situation. Your bed is on fire, and you awaken with the on fire.
Well, I don't sleep in a bed.
Well, fine. Well, how do you hang upside down?
Yeah.
You awaken hanging from the rafters.
What's the point of being of that if you don't sleep hanging upside down?
I suppose.
Ask the internet. Back me up on that.
No, I'm sure they'll take your side. Okay.
No, the floor is
clothes are on fire.
The floor is lava. Smoke goes up. So
smoke goes up. I mean, what is a fitting consequence for botching a roll to determine if your room is on fire? I don't know.
Waking up far too late to notice that it's on fire.
Yes.
I mean, who else is in the room with me? We have like 30 people.
Well, that's true. I think the thing is that most of your party is with Adris, because Adris's irregulars make up a large portion of that.
Right.
And I assume that you guys have arranged for your own rooms. In the case of...
Right, last time we were there, they gave us private rooms, and I assume most of the other regulars are in the common room.
And I assumed we would form a defensive perimeter, because it's kind of like these people hate us.
That would make sense. It's true.
I mean, it's kind of like, you've destroyed our entire way of life over months, and we formed a mob to be angry at you. Well, good night.
Indeed. You're right.
So that doesn't mean they couldn't have gotten past the guard.
No, it just means that whatever fate has befallen the guys that you have assigned to keep watch probably isn't that pretty right now. So
right. So I would probably wake up overcome with smoke. Do you want me to make some rolls about that, or?
Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to give you some sort of status. Maybe it's confused.
Confused or fatigued. Either of those would work.
Yeah.
Probably both.
You are in a similar scenario. Your room does have a window. The door is blocked, but your room is quite full of smoke. It's very, very hard to breathe.
Well, the good news about me is that I can just go out the window.
You can fly. Yes.
Yeah. So that is what I will attempt to do.
Okay. Give me body. Body craft to just break open these shutters.
That's where we run into trouble.
Is there something that would fit better?
Yeah, because I am having difficulty getting this window open.
Okay.
Because that's all I have.
I lost my page. There we go. That's all you've got. You just got a D4. That's no good. I have a
craft and I have a D4 body. So I'm bashing on the window trying to get out. Hopefully someone will hear me.
Yes, you're making a lot of noise, although it's hard for you to call for help because it's hard for you to catch your breath in this scenario. So you're not actually shouting, although you can hear other panicked cries from elsewhere in the inn. And it seems that the window has been it must have been tied closed. Perhaps from the outside. You're trying to figure this out, but
they jammed something in the shutter.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Anushka made a roll. Let's have Arik. Arik, what's your plan? Again, Potter's trying to break down the door. Doesn't seem like he's having much success. You also have a window. You have a wall on fire. You're running out of time because there's smoke in the room.
All right, let's go for the door with Potter. So, what would that be? A body strength?
Yes, body strength. You can include that. I think craft is the only skill in this case. I might also accept digging. If you wanted to use a weapon, I would, instead of digging or craft, I would accept brawling or I guess brawling isn't a skill. I would accept melee combat.
Right.
If you wanted to use that. Yeah, try to break it down. You can take an assist bonus from, or you can have Potter roll to see if he can assist you, because he's already kind of at it.
All right, let's Potter roll to assist first. Would he be rolling?
He'll be rolling body and craft.
Let me see what he gets, because I know he gets some craft.
Okay, while you're composing that, I guess I'll ask Griffin. I will ask the doctor if he's got a plan. It seems like he doesn't want to try to break out the window. Is he going to jump? He's going to make his jump.
I am thinking about it, and I think the first question I'm trying to figure out is, can I flesh ward myself?
Because you can't rally yourself.
Exactly. So
Like,
I don't
tickle
think I
yourself.
can rally myself to give myself flesh ward and then just take a 5-point hit hitting the ground. I have another way I could do that. Well, I'm gonna save that. I could attempt to maybe fashion a little bit of a rope with the blanket and see if I could get that to get me closer to the ground.
Okay. That sounds like it might also be a craft. You could include your craft die in that roll.
I have no craft dice, so this is just mind.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I will let you do. I wonder, would this be like a jump? I'm really trying to like flex the skill system here.
Oh, right. If we want to go straight into me using it and see how well that works, then yeah, I guess jumping would be appropriate.
Oh, but I see what you're saying. If you want,
right?
if you're making a rope, then you can roll. Give me a mind. It would be mind and craft. And if you could succeed on that, then you would get like a D8 die to your.
But wouldn't
jump.
climbing a rope just be climbing, with probably a bonus from the rope?
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah, climbing might be more applicable if there's a rope involved.
I just realized that I don't know how to tie a knot.
Well, you do the best knot that you can given the situation. So you won't get a bonus, and it will be a climbing check.
I could also still go for jump because I do actually have dice in jump.
Yes, you could say, shit, I don't know how to tie a knot, and just say,
I don't know
"Fuck
how
it,
to tie a
I'm
knot.
jumping."
I don't know how to climb a wall, but I do maybe know how to take a fall.
Throw the mattress out the window and land on that.
Actually, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
Except this is like the Middle Ages. You don't have
The
a
mattress
mattress,
is
you have
just
a bunch of hay.
straw. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
throwing a
bag
bunch of hay out
straw.
there might help, or
If
it
you have-
spreads the wind.
Say, if you have a blanket, wrap the hay up in the blanket, and then throw that on the ground and land on that.
If only I was a
Probably
water
couldn't hurt.
elementalist right now. Oh well.
I'm also looking
but yeah.
for where falling damage is.
I guess as a
in this
redneck kid, I
book.
spent too much time jumping out of trees on the mattresses.
Yeah, with like actual box springs to like take the impact.
No, that's his actual box spring. I'm talking about a mattress.
Hmm.
You don't jump out of trees on the box springs. That'd be stupider than jumping out of trees on the mattresses.
But it can be done. But yeah, I'm willing to take jump. Maybe I throw some hay out there to hopefully help with the fall. It probably doesn't actually help, but it makes me feel better about doing it.
Okay,
If I
well,
was
I like
advocating
it.
for you as your lawyer, I would go for maybe make that weak damage.
Oh, I like where your head's at. I don't know if I don't know if the weak damage is a pretty big boon to get for that. I think the best I can do is the soft cover thing. I can give you like if you want to roll one more die in this check for
I'll take
trying
it.
to land on some.
Yeah, I'll take for the jump check.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll 2d6 and d8, and I get at least one success to successfully jump from the second story without maybe breaking my entire body.
Okay, so it was gonna be like a short range fall, but we'll move it to a near range fall. It's going to be 1d6 verse 4 for every pace that the character falls. So since we're counting it as a near fall, that'll be 4d6, and each success is 1 point of damage. Here we go.
Ah, good. If it was the short, it would have been terrible. I'd probably be dead.
Yeah. That thing saved your life. Okay. 3
that's
points of
still-
damage.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
still 3
soak.
points. That's still not nice. But,
but you
I
ignore
do have
armor.
Oh, it
Ignore
ignores
your armor. It's falling.
No, my natural armor. Anything to that.
Armor does
Let's
not-
see. I do still have resolve at the very
Oh,
least.
wait, no. So this is how it works. Okay. I should have read the whole thing first.
Wait,
Falling damage is penetrating. Armor does not protect against falling damage. However, a falling character includes their speed and jumping dice with their soak. So what we should have done is I should have said it's a short range, short fall. So that's 12d6, but then you soak with your soak die, not counting your armor. So it would be your body, your speed, and your jump.
Body
You want to do
speed
that?
jump.
Is there any chance you'll survive that?
There is not.
Okay.
I just sort of
Well-
let's go and wind that back, realizing how we want this to play out, and go. All right,
Yes.
I'm getting a distinct sense of vertigo. This is absolutely a terrible idea. Who put something 12 Who made them 12 meter tall in story?
Okay, short range is you're 5 stories up.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's not right. I was thinking, I was thinking feet. Like the second story is like 12 to 15 feet, but
Right,
meters
so
are a totally different thing.
We usually
So-
assume 3 paces. So if you were on the third story, this would be a 6 pace fall. This would be 66.
Yes, okay, that's more reasonable.
So you would
You
roll
want-
66 to see how much damage it is. And
Yes, I'm gonna roll 2
then-
more d6.
Right. Well, this is after he jumps. You roll, see how much damage it is, and then you tell him how much he has to soak. And then it's your soak roll plus your speed and your jumping. If you were an acrobat, this would be weak.
So ignore the rolls that I just made, Griff. Armed with that knowledge, you still can decide if you want to try a jump or if you want to try something else.
I'm gonna try it because 66 is way more reasonable for me here. So I'm gonna re-roll my dice, and we'll just start from there. So 2d6, the d8. Oh, and the jumping die now. It's speed, jumping, and what else was it saying?
Your speed jumping and your soak, not armor.
But not armor, so it's your
Alright.
body die. I
So
guess if
body
you also
and
are
will
resilient.
if you will.
Oh, right, I get a normal body die. I keep forgetting that. That's
Yeah,
very
people
important.
people get the normal dice.
All right, but I don't get the natural armor, which isn't much better anyway. All right, here we go.
Okay.
1, 2, 3 out of
Okay,
the
and
4.
Here's the roll, because I'm going to scrap that roll and roll again. So
Oh, okay.
probably do worse. But,
1, 2, 3. Actually,
yeah. You
yeah,
take
there we
it.
go. I take a nice big impact. My knee's bad. I go, this was
Did you,
absolutely horrible
Cool.
idea.
but some miracle, if you manage to soak all of it, you're still standing.
Exactly.
Right?
I
Yeah.
stand up and go, I said I would never do second story work again. I said I wouldn't. And here
Yeah,
I
this
am,
is
a
hard.
fool.
Okay. I will tell you that once you hit the ground, you look around, you can see that someone has lit the tavern ablaze. It stands out to you that the doors, the entrances, all seem to be blocked. They've been blocked with what looks like barrels. And you can hear cries of people inside. You can see black smoke pouring out of all of the available windows. And you can also see from the room where Anushka was that the window on the outside of her window seems to have been lashed closed with some sort of leather band. So that's where you are.
All right, so if we want
Let's-
to pick up with me in a minute, let's hit someone else up and see how they're doing.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think we kind of cut to you when Connor and Potter were trying to break out, and I apologize, we did not see if you guys succeeded. So Connor succeeded his craft, so that's a bonus D12 because he's a team player, right?
Right.
Okay. So Connor, if you would like to give me your break down the door roll.
All right. I'll just roll my buckler and can I aim it as well or no? Or could we just use the aim die as Potter's assist die?
What I would say is if you want to do this as an attack, we'll roll against the door's object toughness. It has invulnerability. If you want to do it as just you're using your martial prowess to try to break down and abstract it, you don't get to aim, but you do get to use your melee dice. So would you rather... I guess the other thing we should find out for sure is what would it mean to try to attack this door to splinters which is under the object rules. Wood has an invulnerability of 2, and you would want to ruin this door, which means that it would have to take 4 damage, so you would have to do a total of 6 damage to it.
Well, if I do it as an attack, then couldn't Potter be giving me tactics?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright. I think damaging it physically is our best bet here, so here we go. And so as not to damage my buckler, because this is not forged in fire. I mean, not damage my saber, this is not forged in fire. I will use a buckler.
I think they do shields on Forged in Fire sometimes.
They haven't done a buckler yet.
Right.
And because this is my favorite use, so reroll the attack or counter die. That's my strength die.
Right. Objects do provide their own soft cover for a defense of a D4. So we'll roll a D4 in defense. Hipcha. A 2. Okay.
So that's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Plus 1 is 8 damage. Minus 2 for invulnerability becomes 6 damage, which is still enough, more than enough, to totally disintegrate this door. So the door explodes and shatters into the hallway. You can see that the common sitting area is ablaze. Several people who must have been down there are currently climbing up the stairs, trying to get away from the fire. It looks like among them is Isidore. So it's Isidore and his, his cook are climbing their way up the staircase to the balcony that leads outside your room. Both of them seem wild with fright and, struggling to breathe in the thick, smoky air.
Well, they could be an asset in an emergency if they had their heads about them, so how about a rally?
Sure. Yeah, give me will and leadership. That'll do. You have 1 success. You manage to tear them away from the fear that is propelling them, and they take stock of their surroundings, and they look at you. Isidore says, this skylight, and he points, and there's sort of a barn-style window that has been closed, but could be reached from the far side of the balcony. If you cross to the end of this sort of balcony, not balcony, what is it? Yeah, like a second-story balcony, sure. So, if you go all the way to the last room, the last door to the last room is on your left. The balcony ends. There's some cross beams that support the roof, and then you can see where he's pointing. There is one of those barn-style windows. It's currently closed, but if it was opened, you think that you would have access to the outside. And Isidore mentions that there's sort of a... this tavern is a converted barn, and so it had sort of like a pulley system, like a winch. So maybe you could use the rope to descend out that way. Indeed.
Oh boy, time to be a raccoon.
Yes. But don't forget your horses are still in their room as well. Your cavaliers.
Yeah, I was going to try to free them before doing anything else.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you can see them. Their door is cracking as they're taking coordinated charges at it, throwing their weight against it. Bah, bah. But it has not yet given. So yeah, what's your next move?
Well, got to figure out what's obstructing their door and open it for them.
Right. I guess the door's not just locked.
Charges so they don't hit him.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I guess this is a straightforward thing. So the door has been blocked from the outside. Someone has taken like a chair, or actually, no, it's not a chair. They've taken metal spikes and they've nailed them into the crack of the door, preventing it from opening on its hinges, on both sides. So you could pry these metal spikes out, but at that point you're going to start to suffer from smoke inhalation. So you'll take the fatigued status.
All right. I must accept the fatigue status.
Okay. I won't have you roll for it. You managed to free the door from the spikes. Your men clatter through in a pile. They don't have their armaments on, but they seem to be alive. And Isidore is making his way to the barn, the skylight. We'll just call it. And is getting ready to balance precariously on the crossbeam that he's going to need to navigate to get through the window. Let's go to Anushka. So, Anushka, you can hear people moving about outside. You have had no luck breaking down this window, and smoke is getting to you. You had, I think we gave you... let's say you got fatigued, and now you're going to take sick from the smoke inhalation.
Great. I'm not strong enough to break this window open, so I'm gonna get out my gun and shoot it open.
So I pulled out my gun. I like it.
All right. Well, let's see if it goes off. It does.
Ah.
So that's good news. Wow, that is a shitty roll.
That is a shitty.
That is like the shittiest roll. Do I have anything that helps this? No, I don't. Wow, I can't believe I pulled up my gun and rolled that bad to hit a turret. That is only 4 points of damage.
Okay.
I don't have anything to boost this because I don't have any of my unless this is a new chapter.
It is not a new chapter just yet.
Yeah, then I don't have anything. So I only did 4 points to the shutter, which is, I think, enough to break a complex mechanism. So that might break the seal, but that's up to you.
Yes. So it's a wood shutter, which has invulnerability 2, which brings it down to 2. 2 damage to this thing gives it the broken effect, which to me is enough to you blow a hole in the thing. You could get your snout through the hole and at least breathe some clean air and recover from your fatigue. But the flames are going to be the next thing you got to worry about.
All right. Well, that's what I do.
Okay.
And of course, a gun is loud.
That's true.
It's also loud, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that if Adris in another building wasn't aware of something going on now, a gun going off.
Yeah, no, it's true. So, Adris, you have been awoken to shouts and the distinct noise of a gunshot. And as you peer through the front door of this manor house, you see that the tavern is on fire. There's people running around and shouting. But the townsfolk, the onlookers, are watching the thing burn, and you get the sense that they're having a bit of a dilemma whether or not they should be rallying the bucket brigade to the well, or let the thing burn. As you take stock of the people, your irregulars are around, although it seems that some of them... Let's see. It seems that 2 of them are missing, are not at their stations. The girl Taylor is with you, but the girl Tanya is also missing.
Oh yeah, and Tanya the evil. Which 2 are missing?
I'll say... Well, tell me a little bit about how you have the guard set up, I guess.
Well, again, let's see.
Who do you have left, right?
Who here is great at... I didn't write down which one of my people are night people or not.
Got it. Well, it is during the day. This is happening at daytime. Maybe like evening time, but it's still light out.
I mean, who are we going for here? You want the bears? You want the bears to be down and out? Well, 2 of my bears?
Could be. I mean,
I don't know who you're shooting for here.
Yeah. let's see. Basically, I guess whoever would have been, whoever would have been like out front of the building, like keeping guard over you while you
I would
sleep.
assume
Those
that would
two are
be the
missing.
doppel soldiers. So yeah,
Okay.
2 of my bears. So I guess one
Gotcha.
of my bears. I guess I'll have Noel with me still. The Born Again.
The Born Again. All right.
He's got a running story, and I got to keep that going. So I don't want you to kill him in a
Just
building fire.
Kill him. Offhanded. Okay. You're not that far from the inn. Like you can make your way over there relatively
Well, I
quickly.
think the first thing I'm going to deal with is what the scene you placed before me. So it's one of
Yes.
those push my way through like double doors or something, see the scene before me, note that my 2 guys that are supposed to be at the front door are missing, and a shout. I'm assuming like my guys that are still in the building are going to be behind me. I'm going to shout, "Mercy to those that help!"
Ooh, I like that. Okay. I would. That's weird. I kind of instinctively want you to roll will and leadership and take a bonus d12 for your nobility. Do nobility d12 bonuses stack if you've got
No,
multiple
you only got one.
nobilities?
You only get the one bonus.
Okay.
I was reading that earlier. Just specifically, I could tap
Right.
it twice, but I could only at one
Yeah,
d12.
yeah. Which
Gotcha.
has happened twice is still nice.
Which rhymes, which means it's true.
Okay.
Will leadership d12.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d6 penalty
Did you say anything
because
else?
these guys don't like you. I think will leadership and your nobility d12. If there's anything else that might help you command peasants, you're welcome to add that too. But I can't think of any right now. Not streetwise, not
Yeah, Streetwise is the
etiquette or-
only thing I could think of. Well, I mean,
What about Correllian? There's plenty of people drunk here.
fast
on the
talk? Fast talk? Oh, this is leadership, not negotiation.
Yeah, I think this is. I mean, I guess like there's like a carnival barker, right, or a snake oil salesman might fast talk a crowd.
I mean, technically, I guess this kind of
Yeah.
is a negotiation in that it's an internal one to them.
Yeah, if you just start ordering people to do specific things, they could just be overwhelmed by your commanding presence, and they might just obey. So yeah, I'll give you fast talk for that too.
All right, then that's all I got.
Cool. I'm rolling a d6 because they don't like you.
2 2s and 2 11s.
Okay, and
What
it
means
sucks.
they're all
So you got two
successes anyway.
successes.
The offer of mercy is a pretty strong one.
Okay. Well, this is as a penalty die. I think the bottom is still 3, but of course it doesn't really matter
Well,
that
2
much.
11s
You just
then.
got 2 successes. Yeah. Okay. So they're spooked out of their inaction, and those that seem to be considering then snap to the old fire drill routines that they were instilled as children, and they form a line to the well and start passing buckets and doing what they can to quell the flames. And you can see that several others go to the front doors and begin to move the heavy barrel apart to throw open the doors. And as they do, you can see inside just the blaze, just the flames, consuming what was once a friendly eating center, eating area, right?
Right, and I'm going to say, Terra, take to the sky, coordinate. She's the fruit bat hunter that remains with me.
I
As
like
the 2
it.
flyers have been sent off. I'm going to leave one of the Merlina sisters with Taria. You know what? It's probably not in my own best interest, but I'm also going to leave Noel with her as well. You 3
Gotcha.
stay here. Here is still safer than anywhere else. And then I guess I'm going to rush off to whatever danger awaits me in trying to help the rest of my companions.
I like it.
With
Your-
whatever rest of my entourage.
Entourage. Your fruit bat, who is taking aerial surveillance, will come back and alert you that the doctor seems to have made it safely out of the building, but there's still no signs of. Actually, they might have spotted Anushka's
Well, as
snout
a
poking through the hole.
I would say as a fruit bat hunter, she has double dice in searching.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. If she wants to rote, she can clearly spot the doctor, spot Anushka. Still no sign of Connor. Of course, we know that he and his men are still inside the building.
Is Adushka on the second floor, or is she like on the ground floor?
Second floor, yeah. All of the
Yeah, I would be upstairs.
apartments.
Yeah, then
are
I guess I'm
upstairs.
gonna direct Pretty Carmelenth to try and go help Kanushka, since she's got flying and
She's got flight.
she got flying, melee combat, and a longsword. So I guess maybe she could attack the window, climb up there and try to attack the window or whatever Anushka's trapped behind.
Undo the leather strap, basically. Yeah.
Do you want to do that? You want to roll for that now?
I mean, if you want me to roll for it, sure. I mean, she's fast climber. She's got increased speed plus climbing. She's also got jumping in case that's a necessity.
Yeah, all good things.
She's uniquely equipped for this, so yeah.
I've kept her behind my side for a long time, and not just because she's pretty.
Not just because she's pretty, Carmelenth. Also, useful Carmelenth. Yeah, let's do an attack roll. This it's busted, it's broken, which is basically like hurt, essentially. So hurt or injured items, interesting. So, yeah, she wants to make a melee attack roll. It'll get +1 damage for being busted.
She'll aim, and she's a veteran, so D12.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Anything else? I don't see anything else. And the longsword is damage +2, so...
Yep,
okay.
That's nice. Okay. 2 successes, +2 is 4, +1 for the broken is 5, -2 for the wood brings it down to 3. 3 will get us to injured. So basically, she breaks the shutters enough that with a successful... Anushka could wriggle her way out if she's flexy enough. Or if she has contortionist, she could just pop right through. But I don't know if Anushka does have contortionist. I don't believe she does.
I do not. I am merely tiny.
Merely tiny. Okay, Anushka. Do you want to give me one more check to attempt to get out of this building before the fire gets you?
So the window's broken now? Somebody... Oh, wow, you actually didn't roll very well at all, did you?
I mean,
no, wait, you got 2
No.
successes. So is the window smashed yet?
I only dealt 5 damage to it, so it's broken.
Yeah, it's broken. It's enough that you could squeeze out through the broken shutters.
Yeah, don't forget you got +1 damage because it was already injured.
That's
it was
with
already
5 damage. It's a 2 damage weapon plus 2 successes plus the 1 is 5. Minus
5.
2 because
Burn
of
vulnerability.
Yeah, so
It's wood.
yeah, so it goes down to 3, which means it's broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still not open.
It's open enough that you could try to squeeze through it. That's what I'm getting at. I wanna say that, like,
Yeah,
I want one more check.
I would usually interpret a non-military grade broken like shutter as open because it's
Okay.
like it's just a shutter, right?
It's true. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
how
just a
much damage
shutter.
do
It's
you have
been
to do it before? I mean, did they board the window shut, or is it like was it just tied shut?
it was tied shut.
Yeah, so I think by now the 2 attacks would have what's broken on the inside and outside. I think it would be open.
Okay, fine.
I
I
mean,
mean, also if she's attacking it from the outside, whatever's tying it would also have been taking that damage.
yeah.
True. No, you're right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that was the original interpret was a broken door can be shut again or pounded shut again. A smashed door could not. Well, I have 1 success to get out, so I'm out.
Okay.
I'll just glorious air.
Okay.
But
Jets
yeah,
of flame ushering
Tiara,
behind you.
Tiara saw everyone else was already out of a building, right?
No. Did not see Connor or his men yet. They're still inside. Probably
Anushka, I'm glad
sees-
you're safe, but everyone's still inside.
Probably can see that this barn, this 2nd-story barn window is being kicked open, and she can see that the lion proprietor is currently poking his head out through, looking around to see if this rope pulley system can hold their weight and get them out.
And also no sign of Rasane or Delmarnia.
Sorry, these are your other men.
The bear doppel soldiers, yeah.
The bear doppel soldiers. Yeah, if you're sending people to go look for them.
Well, that's why I said I got the.
Right. The 360. Yeah. You know what? She does spot them. They're not far from the mayor's house. They've been tied up and are currently seated, tied up in an alleyway. Not far. And by alleyway, I guess I mean just basically behind someone else's house.
Alright, then I'm going to send the Merlina that's with me. Probably Leadfoot Merlina, which is unfortunate. Send her back to untie the bears. And
Cool.
I'm going to head forwards to wherever the rest of my group is, being Anushka and the doctor.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So all that's left, I think, is for Connor and his men to jump. Or to figure out a way down. The fire has now taken the stairway, though, so jumping looks like it might be your last option here.
Oh boy, here we go.
So let's do it. Again, we said it's a 6-pace jump, which means I will roll 46, and you can soak with your body, your speed, and any jumping die that you have.
Or you can land in this conveniently placed pile of manure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess before we roll this, there are people outside. If you can think of something that might cushion the blow or help him in some way.